Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here, Signature Esports, and a pleasure it is to have you live and in charge for, well, a whole lot of fun, a whole lot of action. Xfinity Series is on top, and we are running one of the best tracks out there, of course, presented by Beef Jerky Unloaded, and the Cool Dog Xfinity Series is on tap. Michigan is sweet racing. I like this racetrack. Absolutely enjoy it. Thank you to everybody out there. We're live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. We are trying to dial in settings back for Facebook because we're streaming at 1440 on YouTube, so some things might be a little bit too high for Facebook. Trying to get that all figured out all at the same time, but it's all good and it's all worth it, and we appreciate everybody being out there, of course, and always. Joined to the broadcast booth by the cool dog himself, Mr. Alex Thompson. He's going to be the RC, and out here looking to have some fun. How you doing, brother?
I am doing good, great, and I'm glad to be here.
Gonna be a good race. I like this one. Week 3. Let's go over your starting grid real quick. We'll talk about the race information here in just a moment. We'll catch Alex's feedback here in just a moment. Eric Schaefer is going to be your pole sitter here today. Back-to-back wins to start the series. We'll see Charles Van Scoik, the GOAT racing icon, out there outside row, and outside that pole position in that the second spot in that number 41. It's so weird seeing him in the 41 and not the 23. It's so crazy. Anthony Calantoni is going to be there with Brandon Banks to his outside of row number 2. Tom Gom, Jesse Priest, row number 3. Michael Strickland's going to have Zachary King to his outside of row number 4. Excuse me, Cody Kinsey, Brad Dove, they're in row number 5. The young man Liam Anderson getting out there with the number 18 is going to be there with Robert Church to his outside in row number 6. Row 7 will be Michael Bollinger, the Patsfan legend's going to see Nathan Bigart there to his outside. Mark Retchen, Michael Coulter Jr. back into the banks. We're going to see row 8 locked in right there. Jerry Culver in row 9 in the 013. As Alex Thompson, of course, is not going to be in the race because he's with me. That's how that goes. So yes, here it is. 2 mile length in track, so it's going to run like a super speedway, but it's going to be big and fast. And we're going to see when to Michigan International Speedway, home of Beef Jerky Unlimited, gets locked in. Patsfan on YouTube. Make sure you go check out Patsfan and all that he does, and we appreciate everything that he has been doing for us. He gives us our race information today. 75 laps, 3 sets of tires, no stages, no fast repair, 100% fuel. It is all about driving. 118 degrees means there's going to be a lot of tire wear. 78 degrees in the air temperature, 45% humidity, clear skies, 2 mile an hour wind. That is your race information. Alex, now tell me what you think.
I think it's great. It's gonna be a good race. I mean, like you said, you have Eric Schaefer and Charles. I mean, they're both good people. They're both good race against. Same with Brandon Banks. Michael Strickland. I mean, he's in the 7th position, but I mean, he's a good driver too. All these guys are good drivers. Let's have some fun and see what they can do, and hoping to put on a good 75 laps here.
If you haven't done so, reach up, hit that like button for me because the Lightweight Sports stream and everything that we do out here. If you're out there watching on Twitch, much love to you. Thank you very much for watching on Twitch. Thank you to our YouTube fans, and thank you to all of our fine folks out there on Facebook. We are. It's going to be interesting to see what these drivers are going to do here. In starts and restarts are on the leader. Leader has lane choice with 2 laps to go, depending on the race line. But the restarts are going to be right there in that restart zone. And it's going to be insane. But for 75 laps, we're green. Bump for Calantoni. 84 with a 4, 41 to the outside. Van Scoik with a head of steam. Multi-groove racing. We're going to see 2, 3, 4, 5 wide. Here's 84. Digs into the bottom straightaway. Turn 2 to the advantage. The drafting zone, huge for this racetrack, as we'll see Tom Gom up 1. And we'll see just who's going to be able to save their tires for the longest portion of this racetrack. Coulter Jr. coming off pit road. Budgie out there, our main moderator for our Twitch channel, saying, let's go. Much love to you, dear. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Of course, and always, we love to see it. Van Scoik to the bottom of Schaefer. You get a point for leading a lap and a point for most laps led. And there's pretty much it. And winning the race has a little bit different lifestyle, too. 4 to the outside, 3rd lane. Where are you seeing the movement?
A lot of good movement here. Some cars getting loose in the back, I see. But like you said, the track's hot. Tire wear is a big factor in this race, and you just gotta find where you can get that car to stick.
We're going to see a lot of the drivers try to find momentum. We're going to see a few drivers off that we've seen Coulter Jr. off of the lead lap right now. I think that is just I don't know if that's a scoring thing. He started from pit, so did Jerry Culver. So we'll see how that's going to work for him. We've only in a short track specialty, we've seen a couple of cautions there. I don't know how we're going to see cautions here, but these cars can run pretty much the longevity of the race line, and they're going to be able to side draft each other quite a bit. See Charles Van Scoik there getting to the inside of the 4. Very tough to pass here without having to really dig the corner. And we'll see Van Scoik to the bottom side. Try to clear Schaefer. Schaefer with a big run on the outside. Van Scoik to the bottom. Schaefer pulling neck and neck with him again. Van Scoik credit with the lap lead as they come around lap 4.
Back here, you have Cody Kinsley and Brad Dove fighting out for a game position. I mean, they're going at it pretty good. You got Dove on the high side, Cody Kinsley on the bottom side. And it looks like Dove goes down the bottom, follows back in suit.
55 for Robert Church. Right behind, you're going to see the 87 of Zachary King off 3 from the start of the race. Lone Canadian in today's race. Love to see it. Nathan Bigart down to the bottom side, working his way to the front. NC811.org. You're going to see a lot of that. That's from our good friends over at Sim 500. We're going to be having them back on Wednesday nights coming up here the beginning of August. If you haven't checked out sim500.com, I encourage you to do so. A lot of drivers working on it. Schaefer back out front as he and Van Scoik went to battle there. As right now 41 there to the inside, trying to pull the air off of the 4. That is a big deficit there, trying to close in the distance. Make the pass, keep the pass, and if you can hold on to the car, that's where we're seeing it. Brandon Banks back and forth. Top 5 have yet to change spots. We've seen a little bit of diciness going into the corner, but these drivers looking pretty darn fantastic as the 32 gets a little free on the high side.
Seems like you got Strickland trying to pull in some of the top 5, trying to pull in Thomas Gom, trying to do what he can. I mean, he's got. It looks like he's got that good line going. Strickland does. He's starting high, going down low, and he's catching that top 5. So, see where things come into play here.
BeefJerkyUnlimited.com. That's going to be the link for tonight's race that you're going to want to go look at. It is one of my main sponsors, one of the people that I have absolutely fallen in love with their product. And if you haven't checked them out, you got to go check them out. They have a $55 package out there. You can get a whole bunch of beef jerky and basically, become an addict of beef jerky like I am. Right now, Stryker running all the way up on the high side of the front straightaway. This big 2-miler absolutely blisters when it comes to track time and track temperature. But the tire wear is going to be huge. Outside lane runner from Todd Gom as he has Brandon Banks to the inside.
Looks like we have Jesse Price following in Strickland's line, trying to get past Strickland here. It looks like, and then you have Thomas coming up high, Strickland down low. Looks like the top 5 might be changing here.
A little bit of a bottleneck there. We'll see Brandon Banks drop to the inside here. We saw the bottleneck again when it becomes tough to pass. That's one of the things that you see out of this racetrack. It can become multi-groove and single groove. What we heard about with this racetrack last week, just talking to some of the drivers and talking to and just taking it from the basis knowledge that I have on this track, you don't necessarily always want to be running where the driver in front of you is running, because sometimes that little bit of clean air can help you out, and the dynamic tire temperature on this racetrack has a tendency to show up when you don't want it to. You see the 9 to the inside of the 41.
And back here, you got Liam Anderson, and you also got Mark Retchen and Robert Church all chilling back here, waiting to make a move. Liam Anderson, like I was told, he's a good driver. He's holding his own right now, so looks like he can. He's catching some of these guys up here.
Seen some of the wall scrapes from the 32. That's what I was just seeing. Some smoke from Tom. He's up there running the wall. That's one of the top spots of this racetrack. You can get a lot of speed on the corners if you can run the wall, what they call the Kyle Larson line. and not a bad choice when it comes to some of these drivers.
Liam Anderson picked up a few spots. Like I said, he's trying to grab one more spot here. On the low side of Zachary King. Oh, he falls back in line, gets a little loose.
One of the things about this race car is it has a tendency to just bode loose. Dirty air makes you loose. Drifting up the racetrack makes you loose. There's so many things about this racetrack, and right now the top 5 all within a throwing distance. Jesse Priest back here in the, I call him the double lot on the relative, but he's the 0 in all of our hearts. He drives faster than the pace car, and I know he's trying to get up here and lead some laps. Big Art having an issue having to come to pit road. Carl Hendry giving us a like out there on Facebook. Much love to you. Something happened to Nate. Hopefully he is good to go. I'm not quite sure what happened, but he had to jump to pit road there. Maybe a quality issue or something happening there. He had a good thing happening, and I'm not quite sure what was going on with him.
I have no clue what happened. It just looks like we just lost Nate. Yeah, he dropped out.
Well, I hope he didn't. He's a fast driver. Had to leave. Oh, man. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure you're good. Like, I hate quality. I hate seeing quality issues or anything like that happen. Brandon Banks out front. Back-to-back winner last week and the week before is going to be first and second week. It's going to be Eric Schaefer. Brandon Banks try to pull here. Kellen Tony's going to be right in second as Vance Quick holds on to fourth. Strickland in fifth, up 2 spots. Biggest move of the race is going to be your race leader up 3. So no real big movers. Thank you, Nate. Much love, man. Thank you for starting out there. I appreciate you. Folks, if
Brad Dove and Zachary King battling here for the 8th spot here.
Folks, if you want to be a part of the Signature Esports Xfinity Series, and again, this is presented by Cool Dog out there, there's links in the description. Go give Alex a follow on his YouTube channel. He's trying to be an up-and-coming content creator. He's putting a lot of information out there, not just for iRacing and gaming and stuff like that, but everything that he does with this real-world racing. It's always a ton of fun to see some of the content creators get out there and try to co-mingle, and this is my best way to do it. Patsfan, of course, as well. Make sure you go give both of those links a follow. If you're on YouTube, it's a direct link. It's in the race description. I want you to go do it because these guys deserve the follows that they get. Brandon Banks, Eric Schaefer, Kellen Tony, Van Scoik to the back bumper. A lot of close racing for these high I-rated drivers. Again, seeing the 5K I-rated drivers out there, like Nate, who was out there just a moment ago. Much love to you guys. I appreciate you as always. Here's the dashboard. Here's the speed of Van Scoik as he gets into the corner. Drop it all the way down to 155, trying to pull the air off the 40 or the 84. I tell you what, Anthony is holding on to it. Doing a pretty phenomenal job for the series here. Priest up to 6th now, back where he started. He fell back a little bit now with an opportunity to run forward. Zach King, Brad Dove, they've been side by side. You were talking about these guys. Dove all the way to the bottom of the racetrack. Liam Anderson in tow. They've got opportunity knocking.
Dove falling back in line. Kelly's trying to get around Zach King. He's doing the best he can, trying to see where he can get that line in, and like you said, a lot of people like to ride that high line, and it gives them that speed, like you said, the Kyle Larson line. So, that looked like Zach King blinked out there for a sec.
Tom got to the wall a little bit, scrubbed off some speed, got a little right front damage. I think he's waiting to pounce. That's what's going on with him. Thank you, ICW. I appreciate you. Yeah, he was doing a great job. He just got into the wall. You know, these cars with the way the right sides of these cars are, they like to ARCA into what I call ARCA into them. They like to stick to the wall a little bit, and makes it interesting, to say the least. Eric Schaefer in second. Your pole sitter sees Brandon Banks, his teammate, out front. Kalen Tony's going to be right in that slipstream, just about. Yeah, at a certain point, you start thinking about not just tire wear, but with this thing having a potential to run out and be that green flag run, you're going to see these drivers do exactly what they need to do Coulter Jr. out of the race, or sitting on pit road. I like his paint scheme. I don't know. I like Coulter's paint schemes. It's just, it's. I'm going to stay here for a minute, folks. We're going to go back to the racing here in just a second as Priest tries to take over fifth over Van Scoik. But good looking paint scheme.
It is a good looking paint scheme, and it he said earlier that he was having trouble with his steering. He was holding his wheel at like 90 degrees, and he was having trouble steering, so he didn't know what was going on.
Well, hopefully he gets it figured out, because love to see all the drivers out here. Love to see all the folks get out here running. This week through this race, it's gonna be a great time, a great job, and we appreciate all the drivers sticking it out right now. Bumper to bumper action with Jesse Priest trying to catch up to the DVR team right here. There's the 84 up high, 41 in tow, right there with it. Again, green flag pit stops are going to make all the difference here, and it's kind of where it's at. I mean, kind of where it's going to be. Next week we're going to be at Kentucky, followed by Sonoma. Actually, not next week. It's going to be the week after. We're going to Michigan. We're going to take the 4th of July week off for the most part in most of the leagues that we're calling, because, well, you know, Merca. And we'll be back in 2 weeks after this race. And this track should split this race. Ooh, a little free for Priest. You saw that slipstream happen. 41 will drop to the inside. We'll see if Jesse can collect the reins on that one. Leon Anderson coming to pit road. He's going to get that first set in, I do believe. Maybe try to short pit himself, get himself a little bit more comfortable with the car. This car is a very free driving race car.
I see a lot of people dropping below the white line. They come back up. I mean, they love running that low line. Me myself, I still struggle. But like I said, I try anything new. I try to get better. But I always feel like it gets really a lot more loose when you go way below that white line.
Depends on the airflow. Depends on how you set it up. Of course, I'd like to always give a shout out to iRacing for being the platform for sim racing, and is a big proponent to what we do over here at Signature Esports. So thank you to iRacing. Again, go to iRacing.com, sign up today. It's always a blessing to be able to do these things and be a part of such a diverse community, not just when it comes to racing, but when it comes to you can race with anybody all over the world, and it's just fantastic to be able to see those things happen throughout each racetrack. And through a little free for the 84, he seemed to get slideways out of 2, straightens it up onto the back straightaway, and now a big push coming from the 41. Go to Kenzie in the 11, little wah-wah going. Good to see Kenzie back out there running. He's got long run race pace as well. Jerry Culver's going to be up 3 and 14th. Culver tries to close back in. I knew that time was going to be different, and it was going to be a ton of fun. Mr. Van Nest, welcome back. Much love to you. Mark Wretched is holding on to that 12.5 spot right now as well. He's trying to play catch up to a few drivers. This is a Hawaiian Punch kind of track, that's for darn sure.
So that you Van Scoik still battling for against Anthony for that third spot. He shoots down low here again, tries to get Pie again. See if he can get it. If he can, he's going to probably fall back in suit. Running side by side. Oh, and that A4 got a little loose, so that might give the opening to that 41.
41 all the way to the bottom side. There's Priest in tow to the 84. Priest should be able to drop into that third lane. You see all these drivers searching for a little bit different line here as they come around 1 and 2. 41 will clear, and now the 84 again. You see how free the 84 gets. Allison, much love to you. Thank you for the like as well. Once you see how free the car gets, when the 41 slid in front of the 84 there, it shook up that nose real fast, and that's one of the things that we see is that these drivers, they're fighting not only the car, but they're fighting the arrow of the car in front of them and the car behind them as Jesse Priest holds on right there. Cody Kinsey in tow. He's playing catch up right now, and he's got a good race line so far, and he's got his eyes set on the prize ahead of him.
Wesley Priest trying to catch up to 84 again. Looks like he's getting close on the tail.
Big run here. It's going to drop to the inside. John Boy Media talking Giants 84. Priest trying to work more of this race line. Striker all the way to the bottom side of the racetrack. And we're seeing drivers choose different lines here as Cody Kinsey will be up on the high side. We're seeing so many different lines out of these cars. You see Striker put a little air underneath the car. And we'll give a little bit of room here to the 11. They'll drop into the corner. Kinsey will be able to rock at the high side, but Striker edges out right there. Kinsey will have the run on the back straightaway. We'll see if he crosses over here or if he just gives a big shove to the 88. Brandon Banks still out front. Schaefer in tow. Schaefer clearing the nose a little bit, running a little bit different line. Van Scoik in third, trying to play catch up. He has caught about a tenth over the last couple of laps. 25 laps out of this one. We're a third of the way through the race, and this one's been fun. So far, so good.
Yeah, like you said, it's been fun. It's been a lot of good, clean racing, and just really close racing, too. Even the leaders are switching on and off every now and then when they can, but it looks like you have Brandon Banks in first, and you have Eric Schaefer in tow following.
Now, you can split this track in thirds if you want to. 25 laps of the segment it's not bad. There's Michael Bollinger, who is one of the young men out there. He is the Patsfan. He's one of our driver cams. He's got himself tethered in. He's looking better. Looks like the race line's working for him, so we appreciate him running the Beef Jerky Unlimited driver cams. Again, beefjerkyunlimited.com. Go check him out. And then the Dove Man, because Dove has got the Merca flag behind him. Dove is Dove. That's what he is. That's a legend in the making back here. So we appreciate Brad throwing on the driver cams as well. I think that was it tonight. I think we only had 2. We appreciate the drivers doing so. Thank you to the drivers, and thank you to Beef Jerky Unlimited. A little free for the 25. You see him back out of the corner there just a little bit. Schaefer back out front. Now Banks in tow. Here comes Charles Van Scoik. As Charles has been back at the corner up and saving. He likes this track, and a lot of drivers doing their thing.
Sounds like you have Michael Bollinger. He's going to go in and pit this time. Got a good battle here for the lead.
I was going to say, Schaefer backing up the corner. Here comes Van Scoik. 28 of 75. Van Scoik in tow. Jesse Priest is going to be in fourth. Kalen Tony's going to be in fifth. Michael Strickland in sixth as Kinsey holds on. He was about 2 seconds the pace. Now Kinsey back to 3. We'll see if the drivers continue to back up the corner. Jerry Culver coming up pit road as well. Some of the drivers getting some right side damage. Jerry is really good at this racetrack. I'd love to see him get out there and have some fun, change those cameras, because those cameras are not okay. What I just saw on there, please make sure that if you're out there watching, please change your pit sign. Eric Schaefer out front. Banks is in second. Van Scoik close third as the top 3 are within a blanket. And, man, good race so far. Ratchet first driver on new tires. He's a lap down.
Priest trying to catch up to the top 3. Looks like he's on second lane inside, coming up, doing what he can to catch the top 3. I mean, he's been good this whole race too. It looks like his car's been in good shape. Who else do we have? We got Anthony back here in the 84. It looks like he lost a few positions from his starting position because he started third and he dropped back 2.
The Xfinity car is a good car. Roberge, what's going on, brother? You're not in this race.
Burge, where you at, bud? Miss ya.
41 gets into the corner. Van Scoik right there. And I mean, he's right there. A little bit of lap traffic coming up. We're going to see what these drivers can do as far as relative lap times. Some of the drivers getting some of their damage fixed. Bollinger is leaving pit road right now. He spent about 40. I think he was too fast entering. I think that's what that a 40-second hold for that driver. 41 way up the race line here says, I got to try something different. Knows these 2 in front of him are teammates. And Van Scoik down to the back straightaway, 31 of 75. incomplete and at a certain point. Yeah, that's going to say that's what we're seeing. Van Scoik carrying momentum. Teammates from the bottom side. Look at this hit. Look at
like Bollinger's that he had a problem here.
Make sure that we dig the corner here. We're going to see what these drivers can do. Separate lanes for all the drivers. Van Scoik losing a little bit of ground there. Gets a good run down the back straightaway. And this is the time that he's catching up. Right now, the top three running almost exactly the same lap times, 42:05s. Retchen running a 41:04. Trying to three pit this one or two pit this one. We'll see how that's going to work out for him. Of course, quarter second. The difference here for the 41 is the 9 up high on the race line. Good run so far. Every one of these drivers making it work. You have your other league on Thursdays. The GT champ is doing great here. Go get him, Chop. We appreciate you. 41. Oh, gets a little net code. Frees up the 4. Oh, more net code. 9 back to the inside. Van Scoik is going to give up that line and go back at it and try it again. It's very rare we get to see netcode as it happens, and that was insane to watch. So Van Scoik will go back at it and try to do it again. Jesse Priest 1.5 back, and man, insane. Brandon Banks to the back bumper of the 4. These two trying to control the race line. We'll be halfway here in about 3 or 4 laps, and Van Scoik, as the car here, has opportunity. He's going to have to maximize pit road entrance and exit. Fantastic line so far.
Yes, Priest looks like he's still trying to pull in the top 3, doing so what he can. You have Anthony right behind him. He's trying to pull in Jesse Priest. What happened to Thomas? Thomas is sitting back here with Robert Church at 55, battling it out. Who are they battling for? They're battling for 8th and 9th right now. So I mean, there's good racing all around. Cody Kinsley in pit.
Kinsley coming up pit road. Top Gun is tracking down Robert Church here again. We talk about race pace and what the drivers can do. Tom dropped all the way back to about 14th and now has continued to run forward. We'll see what Cody Kinsley can do here when it comes to his pit lane. Hopefully he's good. I think he didn't get a penalty there.
Like Charles Van Scoik is pulling in the top 2 again.
Kinsley did. He did get a black flag there. Van Scoik back in tow, 4-9. Coming at it as we have 2 total incident points here for the entire race so far. 41 will carry him side by side. We'll try to pull the 2 together as the 4 gives a little clean air slipstream. We'll see what the 4 and the 9 can do. Very tough to pass this late on the older tires as Van Scoik looks to go to the outside. Charles way up the race line, carrying speed front straightaway. This is where the draft is important. The air moving around the cars. 41 not dipping too far below the white line, is right there behind these 2. Check up the race line on the 9, gets the 9 free, pushes the 9 down to the bottom side, as now the 41 will be in second. Carry the corner. Brandon Banks behind Van Scoik. 37 of 85, 41 to the outside. Van Scoik with a run of speed. We'll see the 4 in tow. Eric Schaefer will see the 41 to the bottom side. 41 trying to give a lot of room here because of the net code earlier. Van Scoik back to the lead for the second time here. Runs second lane, 4 to the back bumper. 41 out of the corner. 441 straight away. Van Scoik to the lead.
Brandon Banks coming up on that Eric Schaefer.
Banks and Schaefer, all teammates here. We'll see the 41 run second lane. Side draft for the 41. Schaefer trying to clear. Van Scoik and Tell all the way down to the bottom. Now Brandon Banks will take the outside lane. Kellen Tony closing in 2.7. Jesse Priest in 5th. Striker's going to be in 6th here. Zach King up 1. Biggest move of the race is going to be Robert Church. Mark Retchen back on the lead, looking to get back on the lead lap. But in about a half second faster than the rest of the field right now, and he's got a few drivers ahead of him. That's who he's looking for.
Looks like we got a good battle between Jesse Priest and Cody Kinsley. Or Kinsley's coming up on that. Anthony got the fresher tires. Eric Schaefer looks going in the pits.
Schaefer coming to pit road. So it was Jesse Priest and Michael Strickland. So some drivers coming to pit road early. Van Scoik and Brandon Banks staying out. This will matter. What's up, Donaldson? Kellen Tony's going to win this thing. Hey, he's been strong. That's what I'm going to say. I think that if it's a track that I would edge him for, I like him at this racetrack. We'll see. Van Scoik, 4/10 of a second lead. Brandon Banks down to the bottom side, half second, trying to close. Kellen Tony coming to pit road. Anthony on. We've had a couple of drivers come in and get some pit road speeding penalties. And one of those, Cody Kinsey, he's trying to work his way back. 2 laps down right now. Zach King comes to pit road as well. Van Scoik, Brandon Banks, half second back. Kinsey gets one of his laps back. And so that's important in the running here. Wesley, how you doing, brother? Good to see you out there, man. Much love to you. I hope you're all having a wonderful night. Thank you to all the drivers and all the family members, all the fine folks. We are live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. 41 coming to pit road. Banks sideways. I think he's good. He got slideways into pit road, and he pulled the patented. Well, you know. I know it's kind of low for everybody here. I just don't want to get demonetized. Tom Gom coming around. He's going to take over. He's going to lead a lap. And nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with giving yourself an opportunity to lead a lap. Eric Schaefer be 14 and a half back. So Tom will need to complete complete the lap to be able to lead the lap in all technicality here. So hopefully he'll be able to do so down to the back straightaway. We'll see Robert Church coming off pit road. Schaefer, fastest lap of the race by himself, 39.96. So running qualifying laps out there. Van Scoik coming off pit road. We'll have a 3, almost 4-second deficit right now as Jesse Priest will go around. So Priest will go to second. Van Scoik to third. Michael Strickland coming off. He's going to be in fourth. Tom Gom coming to pit road. Can he do it? Ding, 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 ding. Did he wiggle enough?
Got a meatball.
Is he meatballed? All right, front tire. Should be able to clear the meatball flag with a change of tires here. He'll be fine.
Michael Bollinger back here doing the best he can. Just out there driving, learning the car.
Nope. Nah, Jesse, you've been good, man. No, he's good. All right. Jesse Priest, 5 seconds to gap. Michael Strickland in tow. Van Scoik did a little bit longer there. We'll see how that works. I believe Tom was able to clear his black flag there with the change of tires. Yeah, he did. So he did fine. Came to pit road, did his thing, and it's going to be back out there working on it. Tom just ahead of Cody Kinsey here. Both drivers a lap down. Brad Dove's going to be ahead of him, a lap down as well. Natural lap down. Jerry Culver keep it on 27. He's trying a little bit different strategy here. We're going to be under 30 laps to go this time by with Eric Schaefer in tow of Mr. Culver. Robert Church on the back straightaway, 31.9 back. And my cat is going insane. I'll be right back. All right.
Got a good battle here for Brandon Banks and Anthony Van Scoik and Cody Kinsley and Strickland. Cody still that lap down. You got Van Scoik and Strickland battling for that third and fourth position.
Van Scoik right behind Michael Strickland. Strickland in tow, 41. Did a great job to play catch up here. And right now, Jesse Priest has a whole lot of drivers behind him. 84 side by side with the 11 back here is Cody Kinsey. Still trying to work on that next pace. 9 to the back bumper to the 84. 41 crosses over down to the bottom side, trying to get to the inside of the 88. And a lot of time to be made up here over Eric Schaefer, who was the first taker to come to pit road. Lap 39, he and Jesse Priest both did the same thing, but a half second separates these two. They'll be side by side here for third as Van Scoik and Kalen Tony. They got a lot of time to be able to try to catch up. They've got a 4.7 second deficit here to Eric Schaefer, who's trying to outrun these drivers by pit strategy.
Vic Van Scoik got that third spot in, and Strickland following right behind.
Kalen Tony down to the bottom. High side, Brandon Banks. Banks kept it on 41. And Van Scoik, 2-lap fresher tires on the driver that is out front. Jesse Priest as well. Priest to Van Scoik. Van Scoik to the bottom side. Jesse Priest up on the high side. They're going to give each other a little bit of room here as they drop in. Charles to second now as they try to outrun this little group. The draft is important on this racetrack. The biggest thing about the draft on this racetrack is trying to succumb to being able to have enough tire to be able to try to make that pass toward the end. Big momentum. Momentum is everything. That's the way I see it.
Very cool. We're just trying to get out of the way for most of these guys that are battling. He's still running a good race. But side by Strickland. He's running the low side, Strickland on the high side. Jesse Priest in front of Strickland. You have Brandon Banks.
Mark Wretch into pit road here. That's what we're looking at. Good little time for all these drivers. Wretched was up to 8th. Was able to carry there. Go a lap down here. Church is going to make that pass on him right here. As Wretched gets to his pit stall. Zach King coming around. He is out there 16 seconds off the pace of the drivers ahead of him. But every track is going to matter. Kentucky's going to be next to our next race, and pretty thrilled about seeing how Kentucky's going to work. Eric Schaefer goes trying not to three-peat here. Be the first driver in a long time on our platform that we've seen. Not our platform, but overall, we'll see. Try to do that. So we'll see how this one's going to play out.
Van Scoik, every lap, he is closing that gap up quicker and quicker. He's got a quick car out there, and so does Schaefer. So we'll see where they come at towards the end.
Hey, what? Schaefer might be trying to back up the corner just to save some pace here. Maybe save a little bit of tire to have that battle with Van Scoik. Managing the gap, because you kind of got to know that with these drivers back here, the draft is prevalent and important, but there is a time and a place, right, to be able to make that happen. Beef Jerky Unlimited gives you 25 laps to go. Again, thank you to Beef Jerky Unlimited for being a sponsor of Signature Esports. If you want to sponsor any more of the races out there, folks, you can sponsor them in our Discord, discord.gg or exclamation point Discord, or however you want to look at it, to the area community Discord. You should be able to search up Signature as the Discord name. if you are using their form of browser, but you never know. Right now, 2.8-second lead and closing for Schaefer, who's managing a gap, 41.56. And we'll have to see if that's gonna play any dividend, because right now the 84 to the 9 trying to play catch up. Priest in 5th, Michael Strickland in 6th, holding on to maintaining a gap as well. The drivers here in that middle portion of the race here. Tom Gahn back on the lead lap here. Or I'm sorry, he's going to be a lap down. He's first driver a lap down in 9th. Cody Kinsey got to make a pass on Jerry Culver. Going to be able to do so here, so we'll see that kind of race line happening. Kinsey just got that penalty, or he'd have been up there running with those drivers as well. His pit stop time was there to try to short pit some of the drivers to run this a little bit longer. Man, Mark Wretched, he is out there cruising, running about a second faster than most of the drivers out there.
Right. Sitting in 13th place right now, but I have faith in him. I have a feeling he'll get up there. He'll work his way up there the best he can.
A little right front damage, a little right front tire rub happening there, possibly. Jerry Culver to pit road. Going to take that car in. Eric Schaefer running. Van Scoik's going to be in 2nd. Brandon Banks is going to be in 3rd. He and Kalen Tony's going to be in 4th. Reese is in 5th. Schaefer as Tom Gahn trying to get back on the lead lap. Little fun got to do his thing. Schaefer 1.8 seconds the distance between he and Van Scoik. Van Scoik in tow. Again, you can back up the tires and try to make some things happen. That's for darn sure. And right now, Brandon Banks got to hold on. Schaefer managing. That's what I see Schaefer doing here. I just feel like he is. Just his lap times just seem like he's managing right now. Strickland 5.18 back. Has got Priest in tow. We'll see if these two are going to be able to play catch up to Kalen Tony. Tom Gahn trying to get back on the lead lap. Has a possibility here because he's got the leader right in front of him.
Heard a little thud in my house, and I was like, what happened? Next thing you know, my fiance was right in front of me and hit the tear backwards and almost fell backwards.
Well, don't do that. Tom Gahn sees the 3 of Bollinger. Bollinger to the bottom side. And I'm pretty proud of Bollinger here. Bollinger's out there running the laps. He's trying to figure out how to get faster each and every lap, and he is doing what he can here to give enough room to be able to make this car work. And this car is a ton of fun to drive, and this is a good racetrack for a driver to learn. Right there, you see him enter the corner shallow, which is going to push him up the racetrack. It's not necessarily something you want to do, but it's something that does happen. And right now, we'll see Van Scoik in tow of the leaders, 1.5 back. Brandon Banks into 3rd. Kalen Tony's going to be in 4th. Jesse Priest in 5th. He and Stryker have been managing as well, so we'll see how this is going to work. Cody Kinsey getting around. Brad Dove having an issue. He's in the middle of the racetrack here. It's a single car spin. Again, we talk about the race line and what happened there. Let's take a look. Like he got free. I'm surprised that that iRacing didn't bring out a caution on that one. He was just a little bit free, so he's going to be rolling back forward. His tires are starting to cook. Schaefer in front of Tom Gahn. Tom Gahn got back on the lead lap, so he's got some time to be able to try to press forward as well. Ran the tires out as much as he could. Eric Schaefer, your race leader, 1.3 back is going to be the 41. Opportunity knocking. A little bit of drive line for both of these drivers. And Schaefer with a chance to press forward. going to be able to use a little bit of the draft of the 32. He's going to be a little bit faster here with that little bit of newer tire. Bollinger coming to pit road. He's going to take the last one as well. And Charles Van Scoyk trying to close in with 17 laps to go. Brandon Banks is going to be in third. Dylan Tony's in fourth. Caution comes out. Brad Dove having an issue.
What happened here?
He got free. Man.
That was some really good racing up until that caution.
It's going to be even better racing now. They do have an extra set of tires.
See who all comes to pit road. See if everybody comes to pit road.
Well, I would assume so. I would absolutely assume so. Mark Retchen should be your lucky dog here. Tom Gom got back on the lead lap, so Retchen will be back on the lead lap. Kinsey might stay here. We'll see. I believe Retchen should be your lucky dog, so he should get the free pass here. And again, reminder for those who have things on their pit boards to please make sure that those aren't on the pit boards. Thank you. '84 coming to pit road. Yeah, you can get that one.
Who's
I'm not looking again because it's been on stream twice. It's behind Bollinger. You'll see it. You'll see it. You'll see it. Oh, it's somebody's pit board.
gonna go see it, but church moved. Kidding.
Oh.
Bollinger going to pit.
Now, what I would do is, if I were you, you can just go to pit road, hit Control F12, and just, WASD down pit road, and you'll find out. Oh. Folks, there's the time and the place for it. Live streams are not the time and the place for it. They're not. Apologies to the peanut gallery out there. Not just the peanut gallery, but apologies to everybody out there. Outside lane on the 4. He's going to choose on the restart here. Brandon Banks. Brandon Banks is going to be in second. Ken Latoni's going to be in third. Van Squig's going to be in fourth. We're going to see what's going to happen here between these drivers. Of course, it is time. It is time.
Oh, I found it now.
Yeah.
I know whose it is.
Are we 2 to go or are we 1 to go? We're 1 to go, aren't we? He tried to get it before the 2 to go mark. I'm pretty sure he tried to get it before the 2 to go mark. I don't know when he called it. So I missed that one. I thought it was before the white flag. It is what it is. They're going to line up there. It'll be fine. 4, 9, 84, 41.
What's the extension? And
No.
I don't know.
No. Yeah, I was going to say, he's catching up. They're fine. All right, 4, 9, 84, 41. Jesse Priest, Michael Strickland ready to go. And as it'll go, it'll roll green flag. Brandon Banks, Kalen Tony, Jesse Priest. See how this one works. 13 laps to go. Big checkup for Cody Kinsey on the restart there. Go back and see what happened here. It's a big checkup here. Oh, he did. Oh, he did. Yeah, that one's fine. Brandon Banks, intel of Eric Schaefer. Jesse Priest on the hunt. Here comes Michael Strickland. It's going to be the 13 fastest laps they can run. Eric Schaefer out front down to the bottom side. Brandon Banks in tow. Galen Tony's going to be in third. Jesse Priest in fourth. Michael Strickland in fifth. Van Scoik back to sixth. He had the long run there. That long run was panning out. We're going to see who's going to be able to hold on to it here. The toe is going to be important. 12 laps may not seem like a lot, but it's going to be everything these drivers are going to need. We'll see Priest to the outside. Some of the drivers are going to try to utilize these next 12 laps to run wherever everybody can't. See 88 to the inside of Priest. Strickland trying to pull a little bit of that side draft, pull a little bit of that fresh air as well, and pull a little bit of the draft of the drivers in front of him. We'll see who's going to be able to back up the corner. Brandon Banks, fastest lap of the race to the bottom side of the racetrack. Teammates side by side. Banks trying to win. The first one, little slideways there for the 484 out of the corner. Banks from the bottom side. Banks again pushing. It's interesting here. Kalen Tony's going to be in third. Priest in fourth. Michael Strickland in fifth. Van Scoik at a top two night. Banks to Schaefer. Kalen Tony's going to be in third. Jesse Priest in fourth. Michael Strickland in fifth. And oh man.
Okay, 10 to go. Yeah, Strickland trying to fight for that. Well, fourth and fifth spot between him and Jesse Priest. You still the top three in a good line. Looks like Strickland's going to try to go for that inside on this next corner here.
Tom Gom up there in seventh. He has worked his way back in. Van Scoik to the bottom side. Dirty here will free up the car a little bit. He's going to give him a big run here. We'll see if he is he's going to manage. 9 laps to go here at Michigan. Zach King's going to be in 8th. Robert Church is going to be in 9th. Mark Retchen back on the lead lap. He's going to be there with a 10 car. Kinsey back on the lead lap as well. So a chance if things were to go his way. He did stay out to take the free pass. So he's going to manage. Tom Gom, a little bit of the wall. Did we leave? Kalen Tony down to the bottom side. Trying to go for it here. To the 484. 88 to the bottom. Stryker. There with it. 84 runs. Kalen Tony all the way to the bottom side of the racetrack. Jesse Priest there as well. 2 by 2 from second on back. Kalen Tony try to run second lane. 4 back into the throttle. 84 tight back on the corner. Right now the 4 is going to leverage third lane. Stryker to the outside. Good side draft from the 84. He'll get door to door with the 4 here as the 88 drops to the inside. 84 slides in front of the 4 here. The Stryker and Schaefer go side by side. Schaefer out of the corner, crossover 41. Big moves, a lot of momentum. And here comes Anthony Kalen Tony. 14th of a second lead is Brandon Banks. And Strickland and Schaefer going, Strickland, these guys are 3 wide. Hold on to it. Whoa, bump from the 41. Charles Van Scoik, no. Great save from Van Scoik. I think he got free there. Great save by Van Scoik there. This was 3 wide here. Have to take a look at the contact here. This is corner. Oh, 88 dropped in. That was Striker got a little free off corner, dropped into the corner and got a little free off the corner. That's what happened. Back and looked at it. Brandon Banks out front. Caitlin Tony's going to be in second. Schaefer's going to be in third. Michael Strickland's going to be in fourth. Jesse Priest in fifth.
Coming to 5 laps to go.
There's a quick look at that as Van Scoik will try to leave nothing on the table here. 5 to go. Gom's going to be in that third lane. Corner exit down to the back straightaway. Van Scoik in tow. Big speed out of that car. Thanks, Kellen Tony. Wesley Donaldson called the shot earlier. We'll see if this one will hold true with 4 laps to go. A lot of racing still left. Down to the bottom. Kellen Tony scrubbing speed off the tires. 9 will cross over. 84 in tow. 9 will carry a little speed. 35 checking back up the corner. A lot still happening here as Strickland gets into 4th. Jesse Priest is going to be in 5th. Tom Gom in 6th, closing back in. So is Van Scoik. 1.8 second deficit, was about 2.5 back. Now closing that time in, as now will be 3 laps to go.
'88 of Strickland riding that high side, going down low, trying to catch up to the top 3. Jesse Priest falling right behind.
And when Tony backs out of the corner there, we're on board with Strickland here. Dom trying to give a little bit of love. Make sure that the 41 has the race line he needs to. 41-32 side by side. Good racing from these two. Strickland's going to be in 5th, right behind Jesse Priest. Priest want to catch up. 2 laps to go. Kellen Tony for the back bumper with a 9. These drivers are putting on a show here for the Xfinity Series. Presented by Cool Dog, Beef Jerky Unlimited, the Michigan sponsor, because, well, they're in Michigan. Check them out, beefjerkyunlimited.com. Of course, and always, we appreciate everybody tuning in each and every night to the Signature Esports broadcasts. I'm so happy to be able to have an Xfinity Series back on the platform. Can always appreciate some great speed and some great time. It's going to be a good finish. Here they go. Brandon Banks comes around. White flag waves. Final lap. Michigan's been fun. Banks trying to hold on. Kellen Tony has a fast car here. He's got a couple of more turns to be able to try to make this happen. All the way to the bottom side of the racetrack. 9 trying to defend here as the 84 back into the throttle early. Strickland into the wall. 84. 9. Priest backs the corner up. Kellen Tony trying to go to the outside. Brandon Banks to the bottom. Might have been too little, too late. Brandon Banks, first win of the season, week 3 here at Michigan. Kellen Tony finishes in 2nd. Schaefer's going to be in 3rd. Jesse Priest in 4th. Stryker finishes in 5th. Van Scoik will be 6th. As we'll see the drivers work at it. Oh, Banks won. Best cars in iRacing. I agree. Brian, you need to get out here and run. Fantastic race, guys. Congratulations, Banks. Can I get top 3 to the broadcast booth waiting room for me, please? Thank you very much. Okay, Jerry. Thank you. If Bollinger didn't have to come to pit road so many times, I wouldn't have seen it. It's all good. All good now. Let's take a look at your race results. Presented by Patsfan, of course. Find him on YouTube. Much love to Bollinger for getting out there having some fun. Big burnout happening here for Brandon Banks as he wins week number 3. Callan Tony is going to be second. Anthony, fantastic race. Eric Schaefer is going to be in third. Priest Strickland, your top 5. Vance Goik in 6th, who had a top bar here tonight. Man, oh man. Tom Gom in 7th. Zachary King in 8th. Robert Church in 9th. Mark Retchen in 10th. Kenzie Dove, Culver, Bollinger, Anderson, your top 15. Nathan started the race. Coulter Jr. tried to get out of the race as well. He had a wheel issue. Appreciate the driver stopping in tonight. So we're going to see this one pick out and have some fun. That's for darn sure. I can always appreciate some good racing. Tonight was fun.
Tonight was a blast.
Schaefer went across the... It's tough to Brandon Banks who gets the victory here. I just saw Schaefer sideways behind you there. Made me laugh a little bit. You got a victory here tonight. Fast car, having to hold off some fast drivers. So a little bit of restart there. Fantastic run. Congratulations. Give me your insight on tonight's track, man. A little different run from the short tracks.
Oh yeah, it was fun. I told you we were gonna be quicker here, Jason.
Yep.
It was good. It was Schaefer was really good. We had to save the right front a little more than I was really expecting. Just kind of had to back up the corner a little bit, and kind of found that out the first run there, and then after that we kind of figured it out there at the end. I kind of wish it would have went green there at the end. I really think it'd have been a really good race. I think because me and Charles were catching Schaefer, and I think we'd have been there at the end. So I don't know. So we'll but we'll take it. Like I said, that was a lot of fun there at the end, and kind of worked out for us.
Yeah, Charles. I know Charles. You, Charles, and I mean there was a group of you there. He came to pit road, had a good gap, and he ran some fast laps, and we'll talk to him about that. I know that it kind of seemed like he was trying to manage gap and save a little bit toward the middle portion of that run. But we talk about this track being such a tire eater. It's because you have 5 lanes of travel, and the higher you run, the more inertia you express on this. So if you use you wear the right rear if you are running the line, but if you run from top to bottom, you wear the right front. So it kind of just depends on the driver and where they feel comfortable from what it looked like to what it seems like at this racetrack.
Yeah. It was definitely a tire eater. So, I'll tell you, man, I wish I would think it would have went green. I kind of got into it with Charles. I don't know what his deal was. He kept driving me kind of rough. I don't know if he has some deal with me or what, but I got into the pits really hard and messed up on pit entry on that green flag pit stop, and gave him a little bit extra time there. But I think I could have got him back at the end. Wish it would have went green, but yeah, I'm not sure. He hit me down the front stretch one time and knocked me down into the grass. I'm not sure if he meant to do that or if he was what he was doing, but I don't know. I'll talk to him, see what's going on. I don't know what the deal is. I don't really ever speak to him, so. But yeah, that's a fun race, man. Like I said, this one I think we got Kentucky next week, and
2 weeks.
It's a pretty good. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yeah,
we're gonna take the 4th off.
Yeah.
I am not live streaming when fireworks are going boom boom in the sky. That's not it.
Yeah, we probably wouldn't have been here. Yeah, that's good idea. But yeah, 2 weeks we'll go to Kentucky, and we're gonna be pretty decent there too. So we'll just go there and see what we can do.
Brandon, much love, man. What do you got for him, Alex?
Dude, you ran a heck of a race. It was fun watching you, watching like you, Eric Schaefer, like top 5 cars. I mean, everyone else did great too, but you held your own. Like you said, you got a little loose coming into the pits, but in the end, dude, you got the win.
Yeah, like I said, it worked out for us. I think we were really quick on the first, I don't know, 15, 20 laps. We didn't take any fuel there on that last run, so we were a little lighter than Schaefer. Schaefer's like, "Did you take fuel?" I was like, "Nope." And he goes, "Dang it, that's what it is." So he's a little free at the beginning, so he kind of struggled. But they were coming back to me, and that draft was so strong that I just knew I had to kind of manage out front. They were going to come back to me regardless. And at that point, I pretty much just kind of had to air block Anthony for the last couple laps to try to keep him from getting a run. So yeah, definitely a lot of fun.
Anthony did a great job battling you there. I thought he, and we'll talk to him next. I thought he was going to have a shot out of, especially that last lap. If you back the corner up enough, you can pull. There's so much you can do with these cars, which is why I love this car so much.
Yeah, it was good. The draft was really strong, like from like maybe 3/10 back to about a second, and then once you kind of got right up behind somebody, it would get kind of tight. So I knew I just kind of had to stay in front of him. Wasn't sure how good their tires were. I did run it pretty hard at the very beginning there to get around Schaefer and to pull away a little bit. So I knew they were going to have pretty decent tires, and you could kind of see it once he got with. I think we had about 4 laps to go or so. They got to me. And I just kind of tried to air block him a little bit and give him that bottom. The high side had such a good run off of 2. You could kind of keep him pinned down there through 1 and 2, and then try to air block him through 3 and 4. And that's pretty much what we did. And I think that was pretty much the difference. He had a pretty good car. He raced us really clean tonight, so appreciate that to him. And said we'll take it.
All right, brother. Yeah, that's DBR first 3. I'm seeing trends here, but you never know what's going to happen. So we'll see how the points play out as well. I'll have those updated here a little bit. Give your shout outs, man. You get a victory here tonight in the Signature Xfinity Series.
Yeah, appreciate Cool Dog for sponsoring. Alex, thanks for doing what you do. Signature for putting it on, and congrats to DVR guys. I think we had 3 in the top 4. So congrats to us. And like I said, we'll go next week and go to Kentucky and see if we can do it again.
That's the way I think it's. I think that's. I don't know, Kentucky on this track. It's going to be fun. I think it is. It's going to be fun. But this was great. Brandon, much love to you, man. And good luck at the rest of your races this week.
All right, man. Thank you.
That's Mr. Banks coming home in victory lane. Let's talk to Anthony. We'll see how his night went because I thought it went pretty well. Tell me about it, man. P2 finished tonight. Brandon said all he could do was air block. That's all he could do.
Yeah, that's certainly what he was doing. I just you couldn't get the run there coming up to him. It would just kind of like stall out, and then I think once I figured it out because I felt I was more dominant 1 and 2. I was struggling 3 and 4. Once I kind of missed the line in 1 and 2. I just kind of rode there.
When it comes to these, and I love this car, and this is the reason why I wanted this car back on my platform because not very many places run it. I know the Sim 500 has their Xfinity series, but we've been missing the B car for a hot minute. How are they feeling since with all these new updates that iRacing's been doing? How's it feel to get out there and run the short tracks, get out into one of these bigger tire scrubbing tracks and to run? I mean, basically that's what you're doing. You're running and you're figuring out these drivers as they go. I mean, we're week 3 in, and this is the first, non-short track we ran.
Yeah, it's definitely this is definitely one of my most favorite cars to run is the B car, Xfinity car. But yeah, it seemed like it was more, I'm not going to say level playing field tonight, but no one could run away like how Eric ran away at Milwaukee last week. That was just a ass whooping right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it was a good night. I kind of burnt my stuff up there that first run. I kind of fell back, but was surprised to see the yellow there. Gather still back.
I was too. I was. We saw drivers getting free. And trick of the trade here is pick a way to run at first and then change it halfway. I think that's pretty much what we've seen out of a lot of the drivers. What was your mindset when you started getting into the long run, especially through a green flag pit stop? You pretty much you make up your mind how you're going to run, and I think that group was you guys were catching Schaefer toward the end of that longer run after the green flag pit stop. What was the mindset there when you come out of pit road? You go, all right, well, we got a group, or we're going to catch this guy.
yeah, when I got at pit road, I was just trying to go hard the first like lap or two, and then once I saw Charles and Brandon come out, I was like, I'm not really gaining on him. I only passed Brandon. I said, all right, let me roll back, pull back a little bit, and try and just conserve my stuff for that run because I was noticing that we were catching Eric, and I knew that he pitted a few laps before us, but just trying to save that last run just to the end there, just trying to really just I guess deal and take where I was going to finish, which would have been somewhere in the top 5 there. But it was just trying to save your stuff. I was shocked. I got a tire warning that first run. I
Did you?
usually don't get I usually don't get tire warnings. It said you need rubber shortly. I was like, "Well, I don't get that often."
Wesley says that you're his hero, by the way. We had a driver blow tire. Tom Gom on his run blew his tire. He got to be off flag coming to pit road. When he changed his right sides, it went away. That's I'm not surprised to see tire warnings, but I didn't think I'd see it through a green flag run like you were saying. That's interesting. That is very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, Wesley's just trying to be funny here. So, no, I missed my pal tonight. So hope everything's all right with him.
Yeah, me too. Michael Strickland says he apologized to Charles. He said he ran out of talent. Little free off the back straightaway. Your buddy was running clean. Just a little free, gets down into Charles. Great save by Charles, though. That was a good run. I mean, at one point you were like, "We're counting on you, Charles." I heard that over the driver radios, and Charles was going.
Oh, he was going to catch him. I was watching the counter, the time there, the differential, and he was clipping a tenth or two a lap there, and I'm like, oh, he's going to get him.
Yeah, I saw the way the race was playing out. I was like, man, this is going to be a really good battle for the end of the race coming down to it. But cautions happen, and you can never. I think that's the way it's been here. I think the first couple of races, like we get into a long stretch, and then all of a sudden there's a random caution, and it shakes up the end of the race. And tonight it did so. P2 finished though. Nothing wrong with it, Anthony. Love to see it. Love to see you guys get out here and run and help us make this thing what it is for these Thursday nights. Alex, do you have anything for Anthony? I know I talk a lot. My driver interviews go a long way. I like to know and gather information. It helps me understand what the drivers are going through. But yeah. Alex, give me your insight.
I mean, you guys were all bunched up, doing a lot of good clean racing. I mean, P2, man, with what you guys can do in these cars, like I said, I'm still learning some of this with the Xfinity cars, but I would be in the back just chilling like a villain, just doing what I can to even catch you guys. So I mean, dude, congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah, Anthony, Alex is our title sponsor. He's the cool dog, so he got up here and joined me at the booth and helps us did a little RC tonight. Just trying to relax and chill out. When I can't reach a button, he gets it for me. That's pretty much how we look at that.
Yeah, he had to do that for me tonight.
Well, I was working on it, but I wanted to check it. So I went back and looked at it on the iRace control stuff over here, and I was like, yeah, yo, you get him. So we made sure to take care of it and make sure that you were good to go, Mr. It's Kalen Tony, right? I keep saying it wrong.
Callan Tony.
Callan Tony. Okay. Well, you know what? If I screw it up again, I still apologize.
All right. Someone said calendar one time, and that didn't sit well.
Oh no. Calendar?
Yeah.
You're not. No. Like I can see that. I can see it as a long A or short A, either way. You know what I mean?
So what happened is that my name got cut off on their ticker, and I guess he wasn't reading it off iRacing. He was reading it off his ticker. So he was just saying it, and I guess assuming the last half of it.
Oh yeah, no. I look. I would rather be a little off than completely off. That's no, we're good. So, all right, Tony. I probably say it half right and half wrong throughout each race, just because I get into it. Just kind of the way it is. All right, brother. Well, congratulations on a P2 finish again tonight. I know there's more going. Got to get these DBR guys out of that podium spot, and you guys are you guys are already on your way to you guys are competitive every week, so we love to see it. And just congrats to you and the team out there. Give a shout outs, man. P2 finish.
All right, here we go. Now I have to say a new sponsor, so let's see. So I want to thank Talking Giants and John Boy Media for being on the car. Cool Dogs, correct?
Here
Right?
it is. That's it. Yep.
All right, Cool Dogs for the sponsorship. Thank you, Alex. Couldn't do this without you, and you, Jason, for the broadcast and starting this whole deal up. So I'm happy to come over and racing your series. I appreciate you letting me in and do it.
Anthony, I will see you guys very soon. You guys got a truck series coming up here very soon on Wednesdays. You gonna run that?
I don't run Wednesdays that often. I usually have I have a meeting every second and fourth Wednesday of the month because I'm a part of an Elks organization. So we have a general meeting and everything there. So I'm very sporadic with my Wednesday nights right now.
Well, I hope we'll see you. I mean, we'll see you here. Hopefully, we get to see you again in August whenever that stuff happens. But Anthony, always a pleasure, man. Much love to you. Good luck in the rest of your races this week, and we'll check back with you next on the next one. Oh, we're happy 4th of July. We're going to be off next week. We'll be coming back after. I started this thing in the middle of 2 major holidays. Might as well, take those ones off. So happy 4th of July to you. Hopefully you go and celebrate with the best of them, and we'll see you when we get back for Kentucky.
Thank you, and you guys have a great night. Enjoy the 4th next week, and we'll see you when we come back.
That's fantastic. That's Colin Tony. He comes home in P2, and last but not least, back to back. I didn't know if you're going to get a 3-peat, but close enough. I mean, you got a 3-peat on the podium. Eric Schaefer comes home 3rd tonight. Eric, he told me the secret to why he passed you.
He took less fuel than I did.
He did. That's what he said.
Oh yeah.
But man, flat out all night. I know that the drivers were starting to reel you in there. But in my mind, what I was thinking about when it comes to strategy, you run a bunch of fast laps and you kind of back it off and try to maintain, because you don't want to burn your stuff up and they absolutely pass you. That's what I was thinking was going on. Give me an idea if that was what was happening in that second step.
As soon as I came out of the pits, I ran a hard lap just to feel it, a hard lap or two, and then I backed it down to about, I don't know, 80-85%, and I saw him catching me,
Mhm.
But if you look, my lap times were consistently in the 7s,
Mhm.
and then he started catching me a little bit more, and I was like, all right. So as soon as he got within a second and a half to 1.2, I picked the pace back up, and we started damn near matching lap times. So I had plenty left. I just did not want to see that caution, man, because I think that either I could have maintained that gap or I actually pulled a little bit further away than what I had on him at the time of the caution. But just really didn't want to see that caution. It was unfortunate.
Considering what was going on behind you, I didn't want to see the caution either. I mean, cautions happen. I think that's been the. I would talk to Anthony about that. I think it's been the staple. We get these big green flag runs, and then, under 20 to go, they were like 3 for 3 now.
Yeah, I totally get it. I mean, yeah, understand cautions happen, but with like 14 guys in here, I don't think it should have. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it was just the bad part of the racetrack. It happens. Unfortunate.
Yeah, it happens.
Can't be mad at it.
But hey, Banks got him a W.
He did. Banks gets it. You guys had great battles all night long, close racing, and showcasing what these cars are meant to do. I think that's one of the biggest things about this. You see them. We saw what these cars could do on the short track. We saw how dominant you are on the short track, of course. And then we see what happens with these bigger tracks, is these 2-milers. We have yet to hit the 1.5-mile tracks, and we'll go to Kentucky, which is just shy of the 1.5 mile here in 2 weeks after the holiday, and that right there will still be more tire eating. And I think tonight we looked at a couple of drivers talking about how they got the meatball flag, or they get a warning about how these tires kind of get shredded, and this was one of those tracks.
Yeah, it was. It definitely wore the right front, but I was able to keep it on the right rear more than anything. So my tires were in the upper 30s when I came into the pits on on that first run. But no, I was able to not kill the right front as bad as everybody else. But Brandon still had a better tire than what I had. But
Kidding.
we call him Bridgestone Banks for a reason. He can save tires better than anybody else. That and back him up Banks. He'll back a corner up harder than anybody. Sounds like a forklift backing up.
He both of you guys said last week that this week he was going to be a
Oh
stronger
yeah.
car at this track, just because of how he tries to save and tries to do that. But I mean, with the knowledge of this car and what we're seeing out of all the, especially the drivers that we're seeing, r- racing in the top 10, we're seeing a lot of close battles, top 6, top 7. We're not separating ourselves, except for a short track last week. As Anthony said, you gave him a big old butt whooping at Milwaukee, but from 2nd to 7th, they were still tight there as well. So we're seeing these developments where everybody's starting to figure each other out, get a little bit more comfortable, and figuring out each other's driving style. Where do you have to approach each race to just? I mean, of course, the idea is to win. The idea is to be ahead of everybody. But when you're racing around a close battle like this throughout the majority of the race, where do you have to kind of keep your mindset when you're at a place internet racing with with so much happening around you?
Uh, really just put the practice in and learn what the setup's going to do on the track with the tires. Um, that's the biggest thing. Just run you some long green flag runs to figure out what the tires are going to do, so you can manage that during a race. So you can kind of base your speed off of that. Yeah, and going back to last week, I don't know what was up with last week, but I don't know. I was on a rail last week. I tried to do it again this week, but it's just I took too much daggone fuel at the end. I shouldn't have did that.
It happens to the best of
Oh
us.
yeah.
You know,
I mean, I'm not really mad it happened. I'm kind of glad. Well, I still finished P3. Jesse finished fourth. Brandon got a W, but yeah, it just it sucks at the end. I saw him catch me. I was like, oh, Brandon, you took less fuel, didn't you? He goes, just started laughing. I was like, oh, here we go.
that's what I say. Same concept. When he told me that he told me that he told you that, and all you can do is just kind of giggle and kind of get at it and say, well, now we know that what this car can do, and kind of an appropriate length race when it comes down to it.
Yeah, for like a 5 to 10 lap run, the less fuel you got in there with fresh tires, it's going to be way faster. But the balance for a longer, like 20 or 25 lap run, you definitely want the fuel just for the balance of the car. But no, he did. Hey, he did the right thing. That's all that matters.
Matter today, Alex. You had anything for Big Shave here?
Damn, I thought you were actually gonna go for a three-peat, like Jason said, and I was gonna be like, oh, we gotta put a bounty on him now.
Yeah, I thought so too, honestly. But it is 3 in a row for DVR. So
Dude, it was a good race. It was fun watching all you guys race again. So congrats on your P3.
thank you, appreciate it.
Eric, give you shout outs, man. It's been a fun one.
Yeah, shout out to you, Alex. Cool dog, appreciate it. Signature, Jason, appreciate you. Shout out to all the DVR guys. Yeah, Paul set up shop and everybody in the league, man. It's fun coming in here. Thank you for allowing us to run a league with 100% fuel in the B car. It's fun, so I appreciate it.
That was my thing. That was the first thing that I said was, I don't want any fast repairs. I'm going to give you just enough tires to make it interesting, and for God's sake, we're going to put 100% fuel in these cars. Because come on now. And, we try to stay within the realm of a pit stop, or
Yeah.
close, and I think that's going to be the big factor. And I need to look at the super speedway actually when we go to it, because I want to make sure that it's a pit stop, and do it that way. I don't want to have a short pit at the end, so I may have to go out and do some testing to make sure
No worries.
that the laps are right. But outside of that, man, you guys have been knocking it out of the park, and we've got a consistent group, and now we just got to get all the people who registered to show up and
Yeah.
give us
Yeah, no doubt.
because we got a big roster. It's just getting everybody to show up and turn out. That's what we want. It's the only way to grow. We had a good field for a good and growing field for the truck series that we did. I think we're going to have a good and probably a growing field for this. I don't want to. I want people to get out here and have fun, and I think that's the biggest thing. And that's what this is supposed to be about. Get out there, run a fast car, keep a car on the series. That I think gives some of the best racing out there, and do it that way. So hopefully we can make something of it. But Big Shave, much love to you, man. Good luck at the rest of your races this week. Of course, happy 4th of July to you as well.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Y'all too. Thank you.
That is Eric Schaefer. Comes home, and we let him have at it, and we appreciate it. Somebody did something cool. Baji, thank you for 500 biddies. Because Merca, thank you, dear. Appreciate you. Roberts, thank you for the like. Thank you, Allison, as well. Thank you to everybody being out there, knocking it out of the park. Alex, that was fun. Man, oh man.
It was fun. It was really fun. If you hear noise in the back, it's my dad watching the debate between the presidents. So I'm probably gonna head out, so you don't have to hear most of that.
It's fine. It's fine. I don't even know if I even want to watch that. But that's kind of the way it goes. All right. I don't. Yeah. No, here, mute that, because actually I don't want. I definitely do not want. CNN did some YouTube thing where they, I don't know if you guys saw it, but they had a press release where it'll actually flag us. So I do not want any of that. Politics can state politics, folks. You vote for whoever you want to vote for, whether you vote red, blue, or in the middle. It doesn't matter to me. You'll be yourselves and vote for whoever you're going to vote for. Don't let politics decide who your friends are, and keep politics out of racing and streaming and gaming and all that stuff. Thank you to Patsfan, Cool Dog, and everybody out there. Thank you to Beef Jerky and Limited for being absolutely wonderful for us as well. Ryder Banks gets the victory here. DBR knocks it out of the park. The Sim 500 crew comes in and delivers as well. Thank you to the Chop Chop Racing crew for knocking this one out of the park, and being a part of what we do over here. Thank you to all of our sponsors and everything that happens. We did have Premier Racing setups on this one. Last chance for 15% off by using promo code Signature15. That will go away starting next week. So thank you to everybody for being out there. Much love to you. Be good, be safe, be kind. That's the most important thing in the world. Budgie, I love you. You're amazing. You're gonna be. You're after my own heart. You really are. So we'll see you in the next one. Peace.